So before we get started, two things. Number one, like this content, make sure you're subbed to this channel. Also, instead of just complaining about what goes on and saying, hey, something needs to change, why not support something that's saying, hey, we're offering an alternative? This is the case of the littlest umbrella. This is our foray into independent comics. It's in demand, meaning we're working on it right now. So when it's done, it's done. It's also our alternative. I mean, we go out, we talk about the craziness. We talk about the people who have gone out and forgotten their consumers. Well, you can take your money, you can put it elsewhere, and if you want to back independent projects, come over, check ours out. More on that at the end of the video. So today I want to talk about that wonderful world of anime. Today I want to return to the message about Rooster Teeth. You know, this is one of the companies that seems like they have gone out. They have allowed at least their employees to denigrate and divide. And when you do that, what exactly do you think happens? See, this is a lesson that people in entertainment don't seem to get. It's a powerful one, and we're seeing it all over the place, whether that be in gaming, whether that be in comics, whether that be in anime or dubbing here. You see companies that don't understand that if you go out and you quote-unquote get woke, well, you know how that turns out. So here's Rooster Teeth. Now, Rooster Teeth, they think that one of the things you should do is listen to a very, very loud, vocal fringe minority when it comes to, say, politics. They allowed their people that work there to join in and basically, get into that fray. And the thing is that those people, they may speak loudly, but they don't speak the one language that companies need to hear. They don't speak in currency or in the right denomination. They may go out and they may tell you about the Church of Social Justice, but they're not going to bring you those greenbacks. Now, how does that work out for you? Well, you see the headline here. Warner Media's Rooster Teeth cuts 13% of staff, laying off about 50. Now, that may seem like something, hey, maybe that comes up all the time. But no, look at this here. Rooster Teeth, for the first time in its 16-year history, has made a broad cutback in its workforce, laying off 13% of its employee, or about 50 staffers. Now this, again, 16-year history. This sounds like a repeat that we saw in comic books, where we have the company, fourth largest one, IDW, having after, about this long, seeing a downgrade in not only staff, but seeing losses compile. And you know what? You're not going to win back anyone the way things have been going. The layoffs at Rooster Teeth, the sci-fi were confirmed by the company Thursday. Rooster Teeth's co-founder and CEO, in a memo to staff obtained by Variety, indicated the layoffs were needed to right-size the organization to achieve future growth targets, aka we're going to have to cut down. But in the future, it's the same thing that we hear about trends set by those that are leading industry, other things like that. It's jargon, it's the right speak for business, but really what it says is we're in trouble. We are in trouble. As we looked ahead at all of our upcoming opportunities and challenges, we had to make some difficult decisions about how we are organized, he wrote. He added that the layoffs are not reflective of anyone's individual performance, and we're thankful for all that our former colleagues have contributed. Rooster Teeth's layoffs affected nearly all areas of the organization, including content production, advertising, distribution, and e-commerce. No event staff were let go, according to the rep. The company, it's previously reported a headcount of 419 employees. So, really think about that, too. When you're laying off people, you have 419 folks, you lay off 50. You're talking about impacts that resonate throughout the company. Now, why would you want to divide people further? Well, leave that to them. So, an online video pioneer. They go through how it was founded, what exactly transpired, and so on, and about acquisition. You know, when they're talking about the acquisition, they had division staff laid off. They go through all of that. And then in early 2019, Warner Media, they shuttered another brand which had previously been part of Warner Brothers, after which Rooster Teeth picked up several original shows from that. So they actually benefited from picking up original shows. Rooster Teeth's content franchises include, so you know, if you look at that, you'll see Red and Blue, you'll see Ruby. I mean, you'll notice quite a few things in here. The one thing that you might notice is, well, they may have 45 million subscribers across YouTube channels, 3 million registered community members at roosterteeth.com, you know, when they're talking about what they have there. But what they don't have is excitement right now. In fact, if you go and look up Rooster Teeth, what do you find? I mean, in the forefront of it, you find talks about Vic Mignogna. You find talks about certain employees going out and at least supporting doxing. You have talks about certain employees out there going out and attacking consumers. Everything but what you should want. You can't silence that either. Unfortunately for these companies, the PR that they thought they had, you know, when you look at like say an anime news network or other places, they think that PR helps them out. But in reality, the true PR, the true judge of it, yeah, it's anything but that. You know, people have already gone away from that. People have already walked away from, again, that gatekeeping mechanism. And when they see your company and they see exactly how you stand, they see your employees in real time, that does damage. So anyway, here is the full memo. Today has been a tough day for Rooster Teeth and is unlike any other moment in organizational change we have experienced. As we look ahead at all of our upcoming opportunities and challenges, we had to make some difficult decisions about how we are organized. Unfortunately, this meant that earlier today, we had reduced the size of our team by approximately 13% overall. The decision is not reflective of anyone's individual performance, and we're thankful for all of our former colleagues that have contributed. We will be doing everything we can to ease their transition, including helping them find next opportunities. Now, when you look at that, when you think about next opportunities, where do you think those are going to come up? I mean, what are you talking about? Building up some type of competition? Because you know, the people that are going out and building up competition, if your people are valuable, they'll find them, they'll pick them up. And you know what? They won't make the same mistakes. So as discussed during your department meetings, our managers have adjusted their teams to meet the needs of our future. Our industry is evolving rapidly, and we have to evolve with it if we want to succeed. As we begin a new chapter, we have the opportunity to focus on what we do best, creating great content for our community and partners, supported by key lines of businesses, including advertising, distribution, membership, events, and e-commerce. We've accomplished a lot this year already, so they go through, you know, what they feel like their accomplishments are. We can look forward to more success along this path, continuing to grow our relationships with the Warner Media family and beyond, and finding new platforms where we can continue our pioneering creative work in gaming, animation, and comedy. With many teams moving to new office space tomorrow, we will meet briefly Monday to discuss these changes further. I look forward to seeing you, and I always find renewed confidence, optimism, and excitement in our mission when we come together as a team. So when we're talking about this, when we're looking at it, maybe you need to sit down with your teams, and maybe you need to tell them one, I don't know, very, very valuable lesson. Never go out and insult where your money comes from. You know that thing about going out and beeping where you eat? But anyhow, you tell me what you think about all of that. And if you like this type of video too, make sure you're subbed, make sure that you hit that bell for daily notifications, and pass videos along to other people, because information is power. Want to go further, want to help out, foray into giving some kind of alternative, want to make that message clear and understood? Well, this is our way into it. We are offering The Case of the Littlest Umbrella. This is an all-ages Lovecraftian tale, plus 2 other stories on a main book, as well as a smaller book that is added onto this tier that goes into all of the craziness that went on in comics. Don't know anything about that? That'll be okay too. You'll still be able to enjoy it, follow along, and again, it's all ages friendly, meaning not just for kids. It's for everybody, but kids also do left out. Now, when we're talking about this stuff too, let me know what you thought about this. I mean, when you look at these changes, do they surprise you? I mean, these companies, they seem surprised by it. They seem to think that they were going to be able to go out and basically, again, ignore consumers, ignore what they're saying, damage and still, not be damaged. And well, But anyway, leave me your comments, pro and con, and ending this, I want to thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. I appreciate you. As these folks forget who empowers them, well, we have the power to build up alternatives. So if you feel like walking away from something, need something else to walk toward, there's a lot of good stuff out there. But anyway, thanks. I'll be here next time very soon, probably tomorrow, so check that video out as well.